good to see you. You get fairy dust, I get fairy dust, Amelie gets fairy dust. If you would have told me a year ago on social media, like this shy girl, this whatever would appear with this is how I look walking around my house. Like, hair is always on the top of my head. So you're getting to see me in one of my other forms. I would have told you that you were crazy and that would never happen. But yeah, a lot of things have changed since then. So here I am. I wanted to show you, like, I'm in my little cubby. I'm in my little like corner of the sofa where I sit, and I have my Barefoot Dreams blanket. It's super soft. Highly recommend for freeze mode people or whatever, just to have. And of course, you know, letting our inner child choose things. Hold on, he's upside down. Who do we have here? Who do we have here? Oops, sorry, Amelie. There he is. He's a good boy. Oh, you coming? You coming to see? Okay. So we choose things, we wear things, we bring accessories and such into our lives. I have a little pillow here. We bring these things into our life. So when there are times like these that are harder than other times, like we have experience of having these things, and they bring us joy. If you have not read the book Joyful yet, again, maybe now's not the time to read, but that's such a wonderful gift. And reading that book made me give myself full permission to indulge my inner child, and any call to beauty or design, you know, it just really gives us permission to really take care of ourselves in a new way that we haven't thought about before. One of the reasons I like that book, Joyful, and it would actually be kind of a comforting and fun read if you can read. I'm not a person that can read during these times. Obviously, her Audible book, that's a way to go. But it really talks about, you know, how design, how aesthetics actually bring us joy. And for me, as a grief counselor and somebody who, you know, talks a lot about and has trauma in her life, I found it to be just so wise. And here's why: because it's free. It's free, meaning as far as I don't have to work for it. When I see Mickey, oh my God, now we're gonna have a cough. Great. To my knowledge, I do not have any other symptoms, but I was told this morning there's a lot of pollen in the air right now, so a cough is not out of the realm of possibility of what's going to be happening on these videos. But I don't want you to worry about me, and if I do get sick, I will do everything in my power to be okay. Jesus. Oh my God. I don't have it because I never go anywhere or see anybody, and I have been really, really, really good. So actually, I will be surprised if I have it. Okay. So let's go. You guys, oh my God. Let me finish my other sentence. That putting things in your life that bring you joy, that when you're down and don't have the effort to, you know, do personal growth work to fucking feel better, like, it's just there for you. It's already there for you. It's already there for you. And we don't have to work for it. It actually gifts us. So design and beauty and nature gifts us with these things for free. We don't have to earn it. It's just for free. So there we have it. So I want to start going through the comments from my video yesterday. And of course you can go ahead and comment in this video or that video or whatever if you haven't seen it. But I thought it would be just a good jumping off place, as per usual, to talk about the way that I think about things, and maybe that one might be helpful to you as well. Okay, so the first one, Susie Farms, when you were talking about Christmas Eve, you said, because I said, like, it feels like it's in the air, like the panic is in the air. And so she related to me that, because I said it's kind of like on Christmas Eve, like I'll go outside. I do it every year, like just spend a little bit of time outside by myself after it gets dark, because I just like the feeling of that in the air. And I want to read to you what she wrote. She says, you know, you can feel there is some hope, and I thought to myself how I feel out when I go outside by myself on Christmas Eve in the low, cold setting sun and early evening, and whispered magic. And then I said magic. And then she says, from Persian, to have power. So I just think it's cool that, you know, the thing that I've been saying all along, you know, that when we do our advanced personal growth work, it's magic. And how cool, and that has so much power in it for us that we can just, you know, again, just experience. Here is a comment from, pardon my pronunciation, I apologize. I'll just spell it. No, I want to try it. Rayala 33333. I'm on chemotherapy and obviously have a crappy immune system, and so my anxiety has skyrocketed. And then I checked in with myself and chill, knowing facts. I am home, I have food, I have done all I can. Then the shit hit the fan this AM. My son works in a hospital. Excuse me. This is so weird. My son works in a hospital, and they have the first case in isolation now, and the fitted everyone for a hazmat suit and 95 masks. Anxiety level at a 10 for him. And I had to put the cherry on top. My brother called me from Scotland to tell me that that I will die if I get it. Oh, great. I'm so glad they're going to let us know. Like, we don't know that. Like, oh, thank you so much. I needed that reinforcement. Then goes into how many ventilators we are lacking in the US, et cetera, et cetera. Holy shit. Talk about picking up others' anxiety. So as I write this, I realized that my brother was dumping his anxiety on me. You're genius. Could that be? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, not only did he just like give you his anxiety, he like, he really knew exactly what to say. So I would say that is, you know, as you've heard me say a lot, you're probably annoyed with me that I say it so much, but things are loaded. So things are loaded, ready to be like exploded at any moment. And so again, like you said, like he's taking that anxiety out on you, his anxiety out on you, and also his fear, his actual fear for you. He needs you. And so of course he, you know, he wants you to be okay. And, you know, that I think it's so interesting that you already knew, like, oh, I got that from him. Like I'm upset again because I had that call. And then we actually do, I really recommend, because it's hard to like set a boundary. Hey, don't talk to me about that shit right now. Like that's too hard. So let's just do a little less time and just, you know, maybe say something like, oh, absolutely, I hear you, and I have taken every precaution. You know, I cross all my T's, I dot on my I's, so thank you, you know, but you know, like I said, I'm doing everything in my power. And so then you can like either change the subject or like, and speaking of which, I gotta go take a rest, because that for me is part of how I'm, you know, defending myself. You know, if I'm sick, rest is something that I need. So thank you. But like once they start on the ventilators, you know, issues, then it's time to get off the phone. Like it's time. So, yeah. So anyway, so that we have to be aware, especially if we're highly sensitive. Like we have to be aware. And so when these things happen, we can know, oh, that's him being loaded, and I don't have to take any of that as fact. And again, another way to know if it's just bullshit somebody's giving you is if they're not having problem solving within it. It's like, you know, he's not saying like, oh, the ventilator shortage. Okay, great. But it's like, what are you doing now to make sure that I have one if I need it? Like, no, they're not doing anything about that. So then I think, well, they must not be that concerned then for me or my life or anything like that. They're just venting. And at this time, we don't have room for venting. You know, we can do a little bit because we have a little bit compassion, and we do our personal growth work. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Love you. Bye.